with our Melanie Newman.
Anna, you are still trying to catch your breath. You're going to reset. You're not done with this competition yet. What are you going to focus on between right now and when you come out again?
I'm just going to train hard and really focus on the 4 hurdles.
You have been a part of a strong hurricane force for Miami. Amy Deems has been compared as a mother figure to some of you runners. How important has she been to you?
Really important. It was her idea to run the 4 hurdles for me, because I was actually a 100-meter runner and a 100-meter runner, sprinter. So, yeah, I'm really happy she made me try the 4 hurdles, because she really thought I could do something in it. So
she had that faith in you to make that change. What was the biggest challenge that you had to get through?
My biggest challenge, I think, especially mentally, because I just started hurling 400 hurdles 3 months ago. So, and I feel very confident now after winning. So.
As you should be. That crown is rightfully yours, Anna. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Guys, Amy sets him up for success down here. Electric finish just then, Cravant, for that. Really, you're defending against guys who aren't going anywhere because this is a young pack.
Yeah.
How does that shape you as a competitor that you're going to be staying with these guys?
Keeps me on my toes, knowing that I got somebody behind me who's ready to come in first. Great competition every day in practice. Naheem, Dylan Peoples, Quayshawn Cunningham before he got hurt, Wayne Patterson, all of them. Jupe Dowdy, just great.
You've got the championship whites, the American sleeve. What was the emotion and the feeling as your team came into today?
Go get it. All or nothing, right? Last day.
It's the fastest 10 seconds, arguably, in sports. So what's the most important part of that 10 seconds?
The beginning, really staying patient, not coming up too soon, not coming up too late, transitioning, coming up at the right moment, going through the line.
You definitely came up at the right moment, Cravant. Congratulations.
One more thing, I'd like to thank God and Lord Jesus Christ for everything. Yeah, go Pack.
Shakima, 8-time champion. You will leave this program undefeated, and no one can ever take that away from you. What are you feeling right now?
That's really special for me. I mean, Coach Dean, she recruited me when I wasn't a top runner. So to come here and to be the best 200-meter runner since I stepped foot at Miami, it means everything to me. I never knew my collegiate track career would end like this, but I'm so grateful that I stuck with it and stayed dedicated to it.
When we talked yesterday, you mentioned that dedication, the drive. Those were things you wanted to leave behind to these girls who will stay competing at Miami. You had a counterpart, Brittany Ellis, out there. So really, with them all around you this weekend, how special are those final moments you have with those teammates?
You know what I like even better? The fact that I had a rocky start to my season. And, I told them, when you have a goal in this championship season, you have to use your mind and let your body do what it's going to do. So I'm glad I was able to, be a great leader and show when it's time to show up.
That race ended up being an all-out dogfight. You have to combine the speed, flexibility, and endurance to get through that 400. And then you've got Palmer, who is not a small individual, bearing down on you. Really, you pulled that out right there for UNC.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. That's what I wanted to do. I knew I was going to have Desmond. He's huge, he's powerful, and he's a great athlete. And I knew I had to fight. I knew I had to fight like I never fought before. That's what I did.
So coming into today was really a big opportunity for UNC to start racking up points, to start making those moves into Championship Sunday. Now you're saying you were feeling all of that weight. How do you deal with that from it getting in your head?
I'll be honest, I've run in some crazy big meets, but being at home with all this fan base was one of the most nervous I've ever been. But I had to lock in and understand it's bigger than me. I run for my team, and when you run for somebody else, it makes everything easier.
Well, you certainly made it look good right there, Kenny. Go enjoy this one with that hometown crowd.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
For Mother's Day weekend, let's hear from a mother and daughter. They're standing by with Melanie.
You touched on Mother's Day weekend, Sean, and we could not sum it up any better. Of course, I was just joined by Anna Rohr moments ago as she had another blazing 5K down here on the field. But we have the pleasure of being joined by her mother, Katie. Now, Katie, you've gotten to come down this weekend and watch, and even better than that, you got to hand your daughter a gold medal. How big is this weekend for you?
Oh, it was huge. It was a surprise to me that I was going to do this. They came and got me from the stands and told me that I was coming in to present. And of course, I'm surprised I haven't cried yet, but I will. But it's just a really great honor to be able to be here and to be able to present that to Anna. She's worked really hard.
Being a student athlete is not an easy task whatsoever, and you kind of fall in line of all of a sudden having the mom and the coach and how are your grades, everything else. How have you been able to manage having such a high caliber student athlete for a daughter?
Well, I just want to be a fan, a mom and a fan, and so I don't like to pry and ask how things are going and ask about how are your studies and that sort of thing. I just let Anna tell me what she wants me to know, and if it's super important, I'll ask, but otherwise, I'm just a mom and a fan.
You saw her finally kick it into gear, and she took over the pace, took that first place, and just started making those huge leaps and bounds away from the rest of the pack. What's going through your mind up there in the stands?
Well, I always prepare myself for every race for Anna, and I remind myself that I say my prayers first, and I remind myself that God already knows who the winner is, and so whatever the outcome is going to be, it's going to be what's best, and so that's really what keeps my nerves in check.
Well, you're going to have to keep them in check for a couple more years and through the rest of this season as well, but congratulations, you two, on an amazing afternoon.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Congrats, Anna.
CO, defending your title out here today, had that strong, that veteran experience that you bring into this, a little lighter in the number of times you ran this year. Really, how were you able to come out here today and fight off all those other guys?
It was tough, especially with this being my season opener, but sorry. I've ran against a lot of good competitors in the past, but probably that prepared me for today.
So do you feel that by this being your opener at the finale, basically, maybe you're a little more fresh?
Yeah, I definitely think it helped to my advantage. Still knocking off some of the rust, but I feel pretty fresh.
They stay attached at the hip, Sean, but they had something a little bigger that they wanted to focus on today other than that championship. Patrick, can you expand on that?
Just want to give a shout out to our moms. Mother's Day. If you haven't called your mom yet today, go ahead and do that. I also want to give a shout out to my grandma. Birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Mom. I love you so much. Without your strength and guidance, everything you done for me, I would not be here today. I love you so much. Love you guys.
Sean, if you could guess the theme of this weekend, they have not forgotten something bigger than the trophy. It is Mother's Day.
Shout out Slay. Shout out Chris Durgan.
Virginia Tech having some fun.
Anna swept away a 10K and turned around 48 hours later, and you definitely handled it here. But in the beginning, it looked like you had a teammate with Aragon who was really pushing you to set a brisk pace. What was going on with the Notre Dame ladies?
Well, she had a great 1500 just before this, and so it was kind of up in the air if she was going to run the 5K. So we decided, hey, push me through a fast mile. It's good. It's what it's going to feel like later in the season. So it was really just some teamwork to help me through, and then the plan was for her to drop back.
When we talked the other day, a little bit about that was how it can be weird sometimes to not have somebody beside you. So mentally, how much does it help you to have that little start?
Oh, so much, so much. It was awesome last year, and sometimes this year having Molly with me. It's just, it's one thing to have someone to chase after, but when it's your teammate, there's that comfort factor, that family factor.
Well, you are setting brisk paces not only for Notre Dame itself, but for the ACC. As you set your sights on regionals, you move into national competition, presumably from there. Do you think this is going to be something that they can expect to see?
I'd like to say so. I mean, that's always the plan. Just got to get there healthy, and the work will be there.
Hannah, when walking around congratulating all of your teammates who finished right behind you, as a senior, to stay so consistent in so many events, how are you staying fresh out there?
I guess I've just been really focusing on recovery. I honestly haven't left the hotel room almost all week. That and just staying confident, positive, always telling myself I can do it, never doubting myself, and just fully believing in running the races I need to race, and I guess just going for it every race.
So we saw you finish that last race, and you said, I can't go. I got to go prep for the next one. I've got to get ready. What's that time like in between those two?
Honestly, just not worrying about the last race that's over, focusing on what's yet to come. I knew I had to come out here and double, which I've never done before. I was excited for the challenge, though, because that's something I haven't had a lot of the past few years. Last year, Anima was right on me, and that was definitely good and challenging. But it was just nice to come out here and see what I could do.
And you've done just that, Hannah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Guys, she is just racking up championships here today.